Okay, so this week's case study, we watched a TED Talk. A TED Talk, it was by a guy named Ben Wellington, and it was titled How We Found the Worst Place to Park in New York City Using Big Data. And I did find this to be an interesting TED Talk once I've realized where he was going with it, because at first I was a little bit lost and a little bit like wondering how this would even connect to retail, how I could apply it to a retail career. But he starts off by talking about how um, the citizens of like a city, like New York City, which is a huge city, the citizens of a city like that are going to think of so many questions to ask that the government doesn't have enough time to answer on their websites or anything like that. So, well, and then he shows like an example of like what big data can do by showing us like this graph of like taxi traffic throughout the day, like how taxi drivers are driving, and it shows that from like, I don't know, about like when rush hour starts in the morning all the way until like 4 p.m. or later than that. At the end of the day, the average speed of a taxi driver is only like 11 miles per hour, which is insane to think about, but he was able to create that graph using data that he got from like these different resources with this information about the taxis. So the point he's trying to make, though, because he goes into how you go to the New York City Police Department website and all this big data, or all this data is all on PDF formats, so that you can't just like transfer that data. And he's saying they should provide all this type of data in different types of formats that aren't just PDF. That way somebody doesn't have to run a program to slap it on the PDF, and like that's just a huge hassle. It's a waste of our citizens' time. He's saying like the city can do better, but he's saying